And only a nerd like you would notice that.
Correct. And darn it, if I can't be a
detail.
nerd about details like that in this particular mystery, then I don't know what we're doing here.
All right, it's Comic-Con time.
Yeah.
We can't afford Comic-Con.
Not at this point.
Yet. But for now, we can go to our own Comic-Con.
With the Deadbolt Mystery Society.
Yeah, I have been holding on to this for a long time until after Halloween because I was finishing up these costumes for Halloween. Now that they are complete and Halloween is finally over. I'm not going to say finally because it was fun.
It was fun. Night Detective. Blaine Williams worked as a detective in the crime-ridden city of New Haven, Connecticut. His fate changed when he inherited his grandfather's estate as the sole surviving heir. There, Blaine discovered a secret chamber hidden beneath his family's ancestral home, and soon learned that his family were descendants of Sir Galahad, one of King Arthur's famed Knights of the Round Table. Inside that secret chamber was a sword, once wielded by Sir Galahad, that lay untouched in a glass display. This feels like the end credits sequence from Eternals.
Is this Comic-Con or a Renaissance fair?
Yes.
As much as I love my crown, it is just a smidge too tight. I just need to wear out the elastic a bit, but if I wear this for too long, it does start to hurt my head, and that's not good for mysteries. So,
No.
the crown is coming off, at least for the mystery solving part, but you get the gist.
Indeed. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, as they say. All right. So. I haven't actually looked inside this box before. So we have the Night Detective collector card, which we read. And yeah, the image on this looks like a combination between Peacemaker and the Winter Soldier. And I feel like whoever made the prop for the Anduril sword from Lord of the Rings needs to probably talk to Deadbolt and make sure that they got their license down for that, because it's basically the same hilt design.
And only a nerd like you would notice that.
Correct. And darn it, if I can't be a nerd about details like that in this particular mystery, then I don't know what we're doing here. And we have the sticker. It says, Kapow! We will add it to the collection of things we have completed, because we know we're going to finish this.
Well, I always do this at the beginning of every mystery video.
Yeah, and you're creating a cool little pattern there, I dig it. I really liked Witch Hunt. That was a fun one.
It was. I was so indignant for most of it.
You were.
I was watching actually the Witches documentary on, what was it, Prime?
I think so, yeah.
And they mentioned, what's his name? The alias this guy used for his calling cards.
Was it Cotton Mather?
No.
No, it wasn't. It was he took an alias after somebody.
Matthew something. I think it was Matthew.
It's not coming to me, but I do recall that when we were playing through that, he took the name of a historical
witch hunter.
Yeah,
he was like really known as Witch Hunter. It was the whole ass person that the game was based off of, was someone who fanboyed over this historical witch hunter and killed a whole lot of innocent people.
Right.
Simply because of superstitious nonsense that no one ever should have been put through in the first place.
Exactly. Good job there, Cousin James. Seeing as how we're both related to that putz. We don't talk about that particular side of our heritage.
No, we're focused on the cool parts. Like Ireland and Scotland.
Indeed.
Yeah, important countries.
We have the usual start here thing, which tells us to, read everything, solve all the puzzles, follow your instincts. And we will completely ignore that at some point today, because that's just how we roll. We always do.
Something.
At the beginning of every single one of these videos, we're like, read everything, do all the clues. Yeah, security badge for the Star Geek Comic Expo. Feel vaguely insulted, but also like they get me. I don't know.
So we have the beginning brief.
Yep.
Beginning brief, collector's card check, sticker check, Night Detective comic book.
No way.
We have a comic
There's a legit
book.
comic book. That's cool. Yep, that's an
Geek
actual comic.
Galaxy con badge. Got it.
One
Geek
moment. Complete with authentic Sea Monkeys ad on the back of the comic book. Heck yeah.
I do appreciate the attention to detail.
I'm going to give him that one.
Do not open until instructed. We need a Geek Galaxy brochure.
The con brochure.
Do not open until instructed.
Okay, so that's the exciting conclusion.
The other envelope.
Suspects. This is the solution. There it is. Brochure. Stargeek Comic Expo 2024. Got
it. Timothy Thorne.
Curses. Curse my giant hand.
Timothy Thorne here.
Okay.
Shayna Turner?
Shayna. Yeah, there's an I in there. Yep, you're right.
Steph Torrance. Collector Republic Display Punch Out. Okay.
Got it.
And the trivia questions, which
presumably are those.
Yeah, this is the trivia questions. Small prize envelope, check. Meanwhile envelope. Exciting conclusion envelope. And the solution.
All right, so we have the meanwhile envelope, solution, prize, and exciting conclusion. You are a detective with the Will Street Detective Agency who has taken a gig as a weekend security guard for the local comic convention, Stargeek Comic Expo. It's early on Saturday when you step into the convention lounge. You need a break. You aren't a big fan of crowds, and the crowds are here in abundance. Over the last hour, you have watched nearly 50,000 attendees pack into the Collins Convention Center in Hampstead for the Stargeek Comic Expo. You almost regret answering the want ad for a security guard. But, given your love of nerd culture and the slow month at Will Street, it's an easy paycheck. All you have to do is stand around and direct people to the nearest restroom and make sure no superfan gets too close to a celebrity guest. Piece of cake. The break room is unusually busy, filled with uniformed police officers, volunteers, and a few of the guests who needed a break from their adoring fans. As Steph Torrance, the director of the events, locks eyes with you, she immediately heads in your direction. You're a detective, right? Steph asks, her face a mix of panic and desperation. You nod slowly, realizing where this is about to lead. Good, I need your help. Someone is targeting attendees who are cosplaying as the comic book hero Night Detective. We had 2 attacks yesterday. They were made to look like accidents. The first victim was found in a closed-off stairwell. Another was found in the game room. Both of them are hospitalized, but may survive their encounters. Now that it's happened again today, and a pattern has emerged, we know they weren't accidents. Thankfully, all the victims were found by staff members and not attendees. What happened today would send everyone into a panic mode if they knew. What happened today, you ask, fearing the worst. A third victim was found murdered in a bathroom stall. He was killed with a knife. He was cosplaying as Night Detective just like the other 2. We also found the latest issue of the Night Detective comic with the most recent victim. There was a message written on it that we believe to be from the killer. It seems this person thinks they are a comic book villain. At this point, stopping the convention is not possible. The police also believe we have a better chance of catching the killer by looking for anyone cosplaying as Night Detective and following them. At the very least, it should prevent any more deaths. While they're doing that, could you gather information on Night Detective's villains? If you can figure out which villain the killer is personifying, that would be a big help. Take the comic book and look through it. Also, see if you can talk to someone at Collector's Republic. Oh, and the actor who played Night Detective in the live-action movie, Todd Rocha, might have some insights, but you'll have to get in line to see him. Just remember, we don't want to cause a panic, so keep your questions discreet.
Oh, go ahead, nerd.
Shut up. In the last issue of Night Detective, our hero discovered that one of the villains of New Haven had kidnapped a group of hostages. With lives on the line, Night Detective leapt into action. Now, with the hostage location known, all that is left to do is save them and reveal the identity of the villain responsible for this crime. He has to defuse a bomb. The numbers beside each other will go first and last, respectively. The number that is least is in the middle, and the number that is most will go before it. Now there's only one spot left for the remaining number to go. The hostages will have to wait for now. I have to deactivate this bomb, or else we'll take out 5 city blocks. And I still don't know who's behind all of this. There are only 5 villains that I've run into in the past that are free at the moment, but which one could it be? So these are the villains. He Who Sees All, Morgana, Rex Draconic, Mr. Blight, and the Rook. And then there's a note attached to the comic book. This was the message the killer apparently left. I grow disappointed with these imposters. This man might have had a better costume than the others, but he was no night detective. How can I become the villain I was meant to be without my arch rival? Perhaps this calls for more extreme measures. Someone with the spirit of night detective, come and face your nemesis before more lives are lost.
I'm kind of flashing back to the Comic-Con episode of Psych.
Yeah, me too, actually. In this brochure, they actually straight up call out Captain Planet and He-Man. They actually use Pokemon as well. I would go to this panel. Trek versus Wars Battle Royale. We would go to that. We'd be on opposite sides of that debate. Logan's Run Indoor 5K. Doctor Who Let the Daleks Out. I kind of want to attend this convention. It's making me mad that this isn't real.
Yeah.
The car show has the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, Kit from Knight Rider, Ecto-1, 3 different Batmobiles, the A-Team van, and the Crime Cruiser from Night Detective, which is not real. I also would like to attend the panel Cosplay Catastrophes When Glue Guns Attack.
Let's read these cards, like all the character cards, and then go from there.
Very well. Shayna Turner from Collectors Republic. Now, where does this go? Here? No, that's not right. Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm a bit busy. My boss, Eddie, isn't here right now. His wife went into labor, and he had to leave in a rush. So now I'm left trying to set up the booth for today, and it's not going well. What? You have a question about Night Detective? Well, I don't know much, but my boss has some figurines. I can get them out after I get the booth set up. I wish we just left it out yesterday. My boss set out 2 of the displays before he left. As he was leaving, he said, "It's easy. Look at what I've already placed out, and you should be able to set out the rest. Leave no empty spots on the table. You got this." But I really don't have this. Not at all. I feel like Superman dealing with green kryptonite. I know the displays can rotate, but obviously they cannot be placed face down. Once it's done, there will be some extra displays not used since my boss got out more than was needed earlier. Seriously, why does this have to be this complicated? If I don't get this stuff set up correctly, then I'll lose my job. I'll have to move out of my apartment and... Wait, you'll help? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let me know which ones I don't need so I can tell him it's done right. While you do that, I'm going to try to find the Ghostbusters Firehouse playset my boss wanted me to set aside for him.
It's Tetris.
Yeah, more or less.
Do not move, do not move, do not move, do not move.
So I think we just have to fill in the white space, yeah?
That we need.
And you're not just placing that first because it's the Star Wars display and you want that to be in the front?
It's the thickest one. It's almost like people want. Yeah. There's no way the Marvel comics could fit anywhere in this puzzle.
And then the Funko Pops go in between that and DC Comics.
So we get Funko Pops, but we don't get Marvel Comics or Pokemon or Demon Slayer.
I feel like you're indignant somehow.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I mean, we got the Star Wars and the Star Trek and the Battlestar, but DC Comics, Funko Pops, and Harry Potter, and Marvel Comics. And yeah, I'm a little indignant because these are the characters we chose to be today. Gets left out.
Yep, here we go. You and Shayna step back to look at the display. I think we did it, Shayna says, wiping her brow. Now I can keep my job. You had a question about Night Detective, right? Like I said, my boss is a big fan of the series. He has a collection of figurines somewhere here. One sec. Shayna rummages through the boxes and totes stored under the tables. After a few minutes of searching, she pops back up with success. Here they are. Now just know that they aren't for sale. My boss brings them just to show off to fellow nerds. But I have to admit, they are pretty cool looking. I really like the witch lady and the bird guy. They're just so mysterious. The dude with the eyes and the one with the melting face creep me out. My boss's favorite is the dragon guy. Apparently he's all muscle and no brains. You know, the kind of villain that jumps into a crowd and starts punching people. The dragon guy definitely doesn't sneak around. No subtlety at all. So
the dragon guy wouldn't be an ideal suspect because there's no way he can go sneaking around hurting people if he's all clunky and awkward and loud.
Yeah, agreed.
He's failing his stealth checks. So I'm gonna put.
I think we can probably
an X.
Yeah.
On
Rex Draconic probably
for the now. So according to the hint files, we should do the
trivia next.
Trivia next.
You're just gonna hand that to me, ain't you? Question 1. You may as well just write down the answers that I'm about to give you, I think.
Fair enough.
Question 1. What is the name of the car from the TV show Knight Rider? It's C. Kit. Question 2. Who played Freddy Krueger in the film series A Nightmare on Elm Street?
We were just talking about that.
Yes, we were. Man got his star, and I'm here for it. It's D. Robert Englund. Also appearing as Victor Creel in Stranger Things.
England with a U.
Yes.
3.
In the TV series Doctor Who, what is the Doctor's primary method of travel?
TARDIS.
D. The TARDIS.
Who are these?
They are writing this for people who are probably not actually Comic-Con nerds, somehow. All right, question 4. What metal is bonded to Wolverine's skeleton in X-Men?
Adamantium.
That's my girl, B. Adamantium. And here I'm not the one answering the questions, you are. Question 5. What is the name of Batman's loyal friend and butler? C. Alfred Pennyworth. Question 6. What color of kryptonite removes Superman's powers? I actually don't know that I know this one. Question 7. Star Trek The Next Generation originally premiered in what year? It's either 85 or 87, and I want to say 87. So let's go with A, 1987. It's either A or B. Question 8. What kind of building do the Ghostbusters use for their headquarters?
Firehouse.
B. Firehouse. Question 9. What is the name of the mall in season 3 of Stranger Things?
Something court. Starcourt?
Starcourt. D. Starcourt Mall. Question 10. What anime series make up Shonen Jump's original Big Three? Select all that apply.
I have no idea about any of that. I'd like to call a friend.
Yeah, I would like to phone a weeb. But we can move on to the next question.
The brochure has all the answers in it.
See, I was going with just what does my brain know?
Yeah, and we got 9 out of 10. That's pretty damn good.
No, there's 12 total questions.
Oh.
Hey, Alan Tudyk. I want to night at Starcourt at Stranger Things party. Sure, fine, yeah, good. Solving the Puzzle, a Hellraiser retrospective. I don't want to go to that one. Question 11. What was the original name for Mario? When they were first developing that, they called him Jumpman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like Mario better.
Agreed. And question 2, I think actually they called him Jumpman in Donkey Kong. I think.
Remember that god-awful Amazon game box where they just took a bunch of older, cheaper games and put Mario's face on all of it, but one of them
oh my god,
glitched, and we could see his real face through Mario.
I remember that.
Remember that? They were
oh
just
my
putting
god,
Mario's face in all these other really glitchy games and calling it another version of Mario.
Oh Lord.
And then one of the games actually glitched. It was like a Wreck-It Ralph moment where
King Candy glitched into Turbo.
Yeah, it's like for a moment I saw Turbo's face through King Candy. It was
weird.
Hilarious.
I remember that. It was one of those crappy all-in-one emulator console things.
Don't get those.
with like just cheap knockoff Japanese ports.
Nostalgia bait, and as soon as you get it,
do
like
better.
most of the games don't even work. But one that did take me back was the Star Wars game.
Oh, for sure.
But that was so hard.
Yes, it was.
You're on Tatooine, you're playing Luke, and you have to go like into the caves, and you're using your speeder to get around Tatooine.
Oh yeah. God, that was impossible.
Yeah.
That's actually a great segue here. Question 12. What's the name of Luke's home planet in Star Wars?
Tatooine. Jesus wept. Did you make this any easier?
I am curious. I would like to see a Doctor Who knockoff where somebody drives a time ambulance. That'd be kind of fun.
A time ambulance?
That's one of the options. Millennium Falcon, Time Ambulance, USS Enterprise, or TARDIS.
Someone's calling you.
Yeah, I've been getting spam calls all day. So it was 1985 that Star Trek The Next Generation premiered. All right, you hand your completed trivia sheet to the volunteer behind the desk. After confirming you answered every question correctly, the volunteer hands you a small envelope labeled prize. It's a prize, yes. What did we get? Okay, that's pretty cool.
I think now we can
probably solve the victory.
That's why I couldn't figure it out.
Do we want B-roll of this?
Yes.
And like for real though, this is Underreal. This is I'm going to continue harping on that. I understand now why.
It's just a tiny sword.
Yep, with the point. But now we can probably solve that comic book puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
I bequeath the blade to you, my love. This is so nerdy, and I am 100% here for this. But for real, like when you get a second, read through just the panels and the stuff going on at this Comic-Con, because I would love to go to this particular convention. Alan Tudyk was going to be there. And I adore Alan Tudyk. He's fantastic. As he said in the intro to his podcast, which I may be subscribing to shortly, he's a Juilliard-trained actor with a long history of robot roles. Okay.
I just don't want to lose this page because
fair.
I'm gonna have to go all the way through the website again if I do lose it.
Fair.
Okay, so according to the hints list, this is actually the next puzzle that we can do. And now we know.
Now the destruction here is that the hilt or the tip pierces the numbers in order. And then we read the letters that the hilt is pointing to in the order specified up there. So left to right, like left, top, right.
Oh, I see. It's not exactly what we're supposed to like do a grid. It shows us how to
what order to, yeah. Is that PAINNO?
Yeah. TDEATH.
That's what I thought. It's making sense if I use word divisions.
Yeah. We just keep going.
We just keep going until we run out of numbers, I think, yeah. Pain, not death, is given by blight.
So it's not blight then?
Yep, because blight doesn't kill people, he just hurts them. We can put a temporary X next to Mr. Blight as well. Moving right along here. So in the beginning brief, we talked to Steph, which is this lady here.
So we should read Steph card next.
Yeah, we're trying to actually do this in the order they're telling us to do it, because we often flounder about trying to do things in our own order.
Yeah, and then we wind up missing things. Like if we had tried to solve the word search first, we never would have been able to do it because we didn't have the sword.
Correct. All right, Steph Torrance, director. Well, now that you've had a chance to go around gathering information, I hope you're having better luck than me. As if these deaths weren't enough, now Chad Wyatt is late. He was supposed to have a panel at 10 a.m., but now he won't be here until 3 p.m., so I need to change the schedule. You wouldn't be able to take a look at this, would you? I know I'm already asking a lot, but my mind is fried and I can't figure out a solution. I'm only changing the schedule.
Stop yourself during the con.
Right. I'm only changing the schedule for panel room 2. The tricky part is figuring out who can move around. Obviously, a person can't be in 2 places at the same time. Oh, and Wesley Valentine is leaving at 3:30. Other than that, feel free to change the schedule however you need. If it benefits you, great. I just care that it works. I really need my own assistant like Alfred was for Batman. So panel room 2's schedule needs to change, and Wesley Valentine is leaving at 3. And people can't be in 2 places at once, so we have to make sure that they're not already booked somewhere else.
Panel room 2 for what time?
Chad was supposed to have a panel at 10, but he's not going to be there until 3. Wesley is leaving at 3. Panel room 2 needs to change, so Chad Wyatt's not going to be there at 10. He's going to arrive at 3, which means he probably won't be ready to actually do the panel room until 5-ish, right? Oh, we will need to read this. Timothy Thorne, attendee in line for Todd Rocha. Ah, hi. You want an autograph from Todd Rocha too? I think he starts signing at 10, which is in about 15 minutes. I've been waiting for almost an hour to make sure I was first, and now you want me to give up my spot? Why would I give you my spot? I don't care how long the line is or how important it is. I came to this con for 2 things, an autograph from Night Detective star Todd Rocha, and to see Sean Stewart's panel. Thankfully, I should have time to do both, since Sean Stewart's panel isn't for a few hours. Are you a fan of Sean's too? You know he almost had a guest spot on the first episode of Star Trek The Next Generation in 87. Did you get one of the D20s at a 20-sided gaming? That's a 20-sided gaming die they gave out for caverns and creatures. I'm actually cosplaying as my wizard character, Karn. He hails from a desert land like Luke Skywalker's homeworld of Tatooine, which is controlled by an evil overlord who enslaves the population to mine and metal, not unlike the adamantium from X-Men. If you're looking for a group to play with, mine has room. Right now it's just me and my mom and my brother Josh. Oh, sorry, yeah, I imagine you're going to be busy waiting in line to see Todd Rocha. Maybe if Sean Stewart's panel was at 10, then I might give you my spot. But thankfully for me, that isn't the case. So, all right, let's scan that and see if that works, yeah?
Yeah. So really what we're doing is just walking around doing people's jobs for them and using the brochure. It's almost like we arrived here at the con and like this is part of the experience and we're going on
Kinda, yeah.
scavenger hunt around the con. It's like, oh, hey, you're here. Here, do this job for me.
Right.
This is lazy planning, is what it is.
It is a bit. You show Steph the modified schedule, and after looking it over, she approves. Thanks for this, Steph says. I will get them to announce the change. At least that's less hassle than when Robert Englund from Nightmare on Elm Street showed up 1 year unannounced, or when a celebrity got stuck in the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Breach.
Why is the trivia so high on the hints list if it's scattering the answers to the questions all over the game?
Good question. As Steph leaves, you rush over to the queue line for Todd Rocha. As the announcement is made, you see the panicked look on Timothy's face. He seems torn between staying in line to meet Todd Rocha or going to the panel with Sean Stewart. Excuse me, sir, you say to Timothy. I remember you said you really wanted to go to that panel. I can take your spot in line and get the autograph you want while you head to the panel. Really? Timothy says. How do I know I can trust you? Wait, your badge says security, which means you work for the con. Okay, I guess I can trust you. Make sure he signs it to his best friend and number one fan, Tim, okay? Now at the front of the line, you only have to wait a few minutes until Todd comes over to start the meet and greet. While he is signing the things you gave him, you ask him if he has any interesting facts about the villains from Night Detective. That's a good question, Todd says. I don't think anyone's asked me that before. Here are some things only obsessed fans know. Morgana hates the sight of blood, and it's the main reason she kills using her magic. Knives. They're being... So, yes.
Check.
All right. He who sees all never uses words starting with the letter F, both in talking or writing. It always made his dialogue enjoyable. Rex Draconic is also related to a Knight of the Round Table like Night Detective. The Rook hides it well, but he has an obsession with shiny things. Dude's a crow mask. It's not that well hidden. And Mr. Blight has 8 cats.
But we already know that Draconic couldn't do this. So there's only one suspect left.
The Rook has an obsession with shiny things.
Which makes sense if this villain is using knives.
True. Based on what you have learned about the villains, it is clear that the killer envisions themselves as the Rook. You let the police know, and they move through the convention center, pulling aside anyone cosplaying as the Rook. Unfortunately, while they are doing that, Stephanie pulls you aside to let you know that there has been another murder. They found another body. Even though we had police watching for anyone dressed as Night Detective, we didn't consider that someone might change their costume midway through the day. Like, why not? We found a man who had just finished changing in a family restroom. He looks like the killer caught him as he was leaving and pushed him back into the restroom right before stabbing. The killer then locked the door when they left. The body was only found after someone complained to the cleaning staff about the door being locked for so long. The police found this note with the body. You think the police are enough to stop me? They have never once caught me nor thwarted my plans. Only one person has ever been able to match me. Without Night Detective, there is no hope for any of you. Perhaps it is time to move into the final phase of my plan. Maybe then my rival will stand out among the fakes. After reading the message, you decide to talk with the suspects and then look over your notes. You may now open the meanwhile envelope.